And one of the great things about this event is it partners with Toys for Tots from the U.S. Marine Corps. And we've got a lot of nice items already donated, and what a great charity it is. And we have a chance to visit with Gunnery Sergeant Michael Wynn, and I understand it's from Philadelphia. Gunnery Sergeant, good to see you. What's it like to be here tonight for you?
It's a great event. I'm glad that we can help support Toys for Tots and help put the word out there to give back to some kids that unfortunately don't have availability to toys on Christmas morning. So,
well, what a great program it is. But let me ask you a little bit about your career in the Marine Corps. I have an affiliation with the American Legion, and love to hear the story of Marines. First, why did you join the Marine Corps?
So I always had the idea that I wanted to join the military. I just didn't know what branch. I found out that the Marine Corps was one of the hardest branches, and someone told me that I couldn't make it. So I joined the Marine Corps.
So it became a challenge to you.
Yes, it did.
And if I could, how many years have you served in the Marine Corps?
Coming up on 15 years.
Wow, thank you for your service. Tell us a little bit about some of the places that you've served, some of the responsibilities that you've held.
So I started off in Okinawa, Japan. From there, I went to the Philippines, onboard ship, Marine Expeditionary Unit.
Which ship were you on?
31st MEU, the USS Essex.
Oh, yeah, I see pictures of it all the time. I've been on some of the East Coast-based amphibs like the Baton and the Iwo Jima and the Wasp.
Yes, sir.
And what did you do in the Marines after that?
So from Okinawa, I went to Camp Lejeune, North Carolina. I did a stint out in Iraq from there. Once I returned back from Iraq, I was selected to go out to recruiter school in San Diego, and then furthermore, I was stationed in RS, New Jersey as a campus recruiter. I did 3 years out there, went back to California, Camp Pendleton, California. I went to Afghanistan. Once I came back from Afghanistan, I headed out to Barstow, California. And then from Barstow, California, now I'm out here in Brooklyn, New York, working on the I&I staff for 6th Communications Battalion as the ComSec security manager for the battalion.
Very good. And you mentioned to me your title, Gunnery Sergeant, as one of the ranks in the Marine Corps. Maybe just explain that position in the Marines, being a Gunnery Sergeant.
So we have staff non-commissioned officers that goes from the rank of E6 to E9. So Gunnery Sergeant is E7. And as a Gunnery Sergeant of Marines, they're kind of the go-to to ensure that everything's getting done, that middle management level between the non-commissioned officer corps and the officer and senior staff non-commissioned officer corps, kind of the get the ball rolling, make sure everybody's on their toes, also provide the training that is required, so that way the Marines understand their roles and responsibilities when it comes to their individual job fields.
So maybe you could just mention some of the highlights. Is there a particular assignment that really has been a highlight for you?
Well, if there was a particular assignment that's been a highlight, I would say possibly recruiting. So recruiting is a tough 3-year tour, and it's called a special duty assignment. And you come out of your job field all together, and for the Marine Corps, you are basically looking for qualified individuals to fill the ranks in the Marine Corps. Now, for me, joining the Marine Corps at a time I did, and coming from my background, I really wanted to put that word out there and help people understand what the Marine Corps has to offer. I've benefited greatly by traveling and seeing the world, and I think that me being in that position, allowing others that same opportunity, it was great. That was definitely the highlight.
Very good. Just thought, tell us a little bit about Toys for Tots. It's such a wonderful charity, and it gives the public a chance to meet members of the Marine Corps like yourself. And I know a lot of veterans from the Marine Corps run Toys for Tots drives. Why has Toys for Tots become such an important activity for the Marine Corps?
So, in addition to being the America's 9/11 force, we also like to give back to the communities. Toys for Tots has been around since 1947, and it's a great opportunity to go out there into the communities, integrate with different corporations and individuals that are able to provide toys, which in the end, they end up in the hands of a child that, unfortunately, we're less fortunate and they didn't have the opportunity to wake up Christmas morning with toys. So I think it's an incredible opportunity to give back to the community.
Well, Gunnery Sergeant Michael Winchuk, thank you so much for being with us, and thank you for everything that you do and all that your colleagues in the Marine Corps do to defend our country. Great to see you.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for having me.
Great to see us. Ken Kraetzer for CBSI Services and PACE, Professional Association for Customer Engagement.